פרשה. Oh. This is great. The best medicine in the world. Okay, who wants to read? Let's go. Perek Daled.
Perek Daled.
Let's do Pasuk Chaf. Yeah, who wants to read?
I can read, Saba.
Okay.
ויקח משה את אשתו ואת בניו, וירכיבם על החמור, וישב ארצה מצרים, ויקח משה את מטה האלוקים בידו.
Okay, just transfer for everybody. You should put in a British accent.
So Moshe,
yeah.
Moshe
takes his family on the donkey to go back to Mitzrayim. Okay, now what? Keep going, sweets. Go. ויאמר השם אל משה.
ויאמר השם אל משה, ולכתך לשוב מצרימה, ראה כל המופתים אשר שמתי בידיך, ועשיתם לפני פרעה, ואני אחזק את ליבו, ולא ישלח את העם. ולא ישלח את העם.
So this is the beginning, the first thing how Moshe Rabbeinu is going to address Paro, right? He's going with his donkey and his family. Watch the next piece. Okay, now go.
ואמרת אל פרעה, כה אמר השם, בני בכורי ישראל. ואומר אליך, שלח את בני ויעבדני, ותמאן לשלחו, הנה אנוכי הורג את בנך בכורך.
Okay, so just to explain to everybody, when the first comes to Paro, the first you tell him, my Bechor is Israel. Let them go, and if not, I will kill all your Bechorot. Is there a problem with this conversation? When does Makat Bechorot occur?
At the end.
At the end. At the end. And now he's telling him to be Makat Bechorot. In other words, what's going on over here? Even before, the first thing he says to him, B'ni Bechori Israel. So I guess Paro said Mazel Tov. I mean, you have a Bechor. What is going on over here? What is this discussion between Paro and Moshe and Paro? Paro, for the first time that he meets Moshe, is told, B'ni Bechori Israel. Amazing. And let them go. Anybody hear me? Okay. Oh, hi, Judy. And let them go. And if you don't let them go, I'll kill you Bechorot. So the problem is, we know that there's going to be Dam, Tzfardea. He's going to have opportunity to change it. So why is he telling him right now Makat Bechorot? So Rashi addresses that. Shanti, you want to read the Rashi?
Hold on. Does anyone have Chumash in front of them?
I'll read it for you.
Sean, where is it? So I could pull it up.
In Shemot Daled. Which one, Saba? Kaf.
Do the one Chav Gimel.
Okay.
Does it start with Va'omar? Is that?
In the Rashi, I want the Rashi.
Oh, the Rashi? Okay, so hold on, let me get the Rashi.
I want the Rashi. Hinei Anochi Horeg. Rashi is troubled by what's troubling us. How is it possible? Did you ever know that this pasuk? Did you think about anybody?
Hey, Sab, I have the Rashi here.
Okay, put it up. Did anybody, if you look at it yesterday?
Wait, Sean, make me the host for a second.
It's an amazing pasuk. You got it?
Yeah, I saw it in shul yesterday, and I was also like a little bit confused.
Were you amazed at it?
Yeah.
So Rashi is also amazed. Who wants to read? Hinei Anochi Horeg.
I can read it.
Yeah, sure.
Himaka acharona.
Himaka achrona. That's now. Come on. This is demonic. Rashi says what?
Ubat. Yeah, this is the last
we
maka.
drama. Himaka achrona.
Himaka acharona.
There you go. In other words, Rashi is very, very concerned by what's going on over here.
Okay.
How is it possible? How is it possible that before all the makot come, Power is already told there'll be makat b'cholot? That's Rashi. It's an amazing Rashi, but then Rashi has to answer this somehow. So what does Rashi answer?
Uba hitra'u tchila mipnei shehi kasha.
What does that mean?
I'm not sure.
Does anybody know what hatra'ah is?
Warning.
Daphne, you're not sharing your screen.
Latrot.
Oh, I'm not sharing my screen.
Oh, there we are. Yeah, latrot is a warning. In every time that a person does a bad thing that Beit Din will punish him, you have to first have a warning.
Yeah.
Hatra'ah. So here Rashi has an amazing concept. Rashi tells us that Paro got an hatra'ah from the very beginning. If you don't do it, ultimately there'll be makat b'cholot. That's Rashi's approach, and Rashi further says, normally if I want to punish somebody, I don't tell them what's going to happen. I want to be surprised, but Hashem knows exactly how to do it, and that's the solution for this very peculiar conversation. But I would like to suggest another approach, other than Rashi, as to explain this very, very enigmatic pasuk. Let's just review one more time. You said, Daphne, Hi maka achrona. How is it possible? He goes to B'ni b'chol Yisrael. My b'chol is Israel. Let them go, and if not, I will kill you b'cholot. There's another way to look at it. Rashi says that b'cholot is makat b'cholot. There's another way to look at it. Everybody remembers Sefer Bereshit. If you had to see one theme that goes over and over and over and over, what's the one theme in Sefer Bereshit? Who is the Bechor?
Bechira, Zechia.
Who is the Bechor? Cain and Hevel. Ishmael and Yitzchak. Yaakov and Esav. Yosef and Yehuda. Even Ephraim and Menashe. Every time you deal with the question of who is the Bechor. And what is there so much about the Bechorah? The Bechorah means basically, I am the closest one in the family to God. This conversation that Moshe has is completely different. Moshe says, B'ni b'chol Yisrael. What does that mean? I want you to go, if you would now, to the Haftorah of Va'era.
Torah of the era.
Yeah. If you want, you could, Daphne, you could do Yechezkel Perek Chavchet.
Okay, 1 second. I'm just looking.
Yechezkel.
What's the pasuk?
Okay, do pasuk. Do pasuk bet. Pasuk Chavtet. Perek Chavtet pasuk bet.
Okay.
What book are you in?
Yechezkel. It's Haftorah. Yechezkel Perek Chavtet pasuk bet.
Ezekiel. Perek Chavtet pasuk bet.
Yeah.
Per Chavchet or Chavchet? Chavchet.
Is Zala understand what we're doing here? Dov?
Say again.
Does Zalo understand the question?
Yeah, he understands the question, and he's now opening up to the book of Ezekiel, chapter 28 or 29. Chavchet or Chavchet? 29.
Okay. So let me just get Zalo for a minute.
Masha understands the question.
Okay, Zalo?
Okay.
Can I see something?
Oh, we're gonna go on mute. Sorry.
Where is Zalo?
They're just muted, Saba. They're listening.
No, I want to hear what he says to say.
We're finally play Parachaf.
Zalo and Jose, listen carefully. Before Moshe Rabbeinu sees the Paro, he's told to tell him of the Makat Bechorot. But everybody knows that the 10th Makkah is Makat Bechorot. How is it possible he's telling him that right now?
From the beginning.
Everybody on board with the question.
Yeah.
Everybody's on board.
It's a fascinating thing. All of Sefer Bereshit deals with Bechor. Now, who is the Bechor in Paro's eyes? So, Daphne, okay, who wants to be this thing?
That's
Who
right.
wants to be? Okay.
Pasuk Bet Saba.
That's a bit, yes.
Ben Adam.
Yeah.
David, you want to read it?
Zalo and Jose are gonna read it slowly,
Okay.
clearly, and loudly.
Ben Adam ish hanecha al Paro melech Mitzrayim ve'hinaveh elav
Allah.
ve'alav
Oh, you
ve'al Mitzrayim kulad.
Wow, that's great. You kids read beautifully. Now, I have to explain to you, it's a hard thing. You're not going to be able to stand it easily. But Zalon, everybody else, everybody listens. Ben Adam, this is the human. Sim panecha al baramer zesaim. Talk about Paro. Everybody knows what Paro is. Vehinaveh alav. And you have a prophecy, a prophet. That what? Al Mitzrayim kulav. Okay, who wants to read the next pasuk? Who wants to? Daber.
I'll read it.
Okay.
Is that okay, David? דבר ואמרת כה אמר השם אלוקים הנני עליך פרעה מלך מצרים התנים הגדול הרובץ בתוך יאוריו אשר אמר לי יאורי ואני
לא שאמר לי, אשר אמר.
אשר אמר לי יאורי ואני עשיתיני.
It's an amazing thing. What does Paro say? Li Yeori. What does that mean?
It's mine.
Oh, it's mine. And the next pasuk is very Va'ani asitini. Who wants to translate that?
I created it.
I created what?
I created it.
No, Va'ani asitini. Not Va'ani asitini.
I created myself.
I created myself. I am the head.
We have a P. We have a P.
Yes, I am the Bechor. Mi Hashem asher shma bekolo. There is no God. I am the Mad. I am the ultimate. I am the Bechor. And that's exactly what Moshe Rabbeinu speaks of. Moshe Rabbeinu, and that doesn't talk about Makat Bechorot, the 10th Makat. He talks about Paroism, the way that Paro thinks of himself. Paro says, Li Yori, the Nile is mine. Va'ani asitini, I created myself. I mean, I don't need a God. God didn't create me. I created myself. You, Moshe Rabbeinu, go now and tell him, B'ni Bechori Yisrael. The Bechor is Yisrael. Let them go. And if you don't let them go, Hineni horega bechorecha. Not necessarily the Bechorim. I take away the Bechorism that you have. You thought in your mind that you are the only one. You are the creator. That is the only thing that ultimately Moshe Rabbeinu tells him. Now, in retrospect, you can see why the 10th Makkah has to be which one?
Makat Bechorot.
Makat Bechorot. It's not just happens to be, because the Bechor is the question mind. Who is the Bechor? Paro thinks, Ani asitini, I created myself. It's an interesting thing. If you take a look in Peshalach, it says, Lo nish'ar mehem ela echad. After the destruction of the Egyptian army, Lo nish'ar mehem echad. Only one was. Who do they say is Echad?
Paro.
Anybody? Paro.
Paro.
Paro was left. Paro was left alive. Who else is called Echad? Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad. Paro thinks of himself as being Echad. And what do we say for Mincha in the afternoon on Shabbat? Ata Echad, V'Shimcha Echad, Umi Ka'am Yisrael. This is the exact what you're saying on Mincha Shabbat afternoon. Ata Echad, V'Shimcha Umi Ka'am Yisrael, Goy Echad Ba'aretz, Goy Echad. This is the major concern in this pasuk that we learned for them. B'ni Yisrael b'chori. Mi ka'amcha Yisrael goy echad. Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu echad. Lo nish'ar mimenu echad. Paro thought of himself as God. And that's exactly what he tells to him. He says to them, B'ni Yisrael b'chori. And shalach eti. Ve'im lo, hini yoreg b'chorecha. Not necessarily the B'chorim, the idea in your mind of the B'chorim. So we have a beautiful pasuk here. He tells it to them at the very beginning. Ultimately, Makat B'chorot is going to say in retrospect, well, that's the whole question mark. Anybody want to add anything to this?
Sure, it's a nice idea, Saba.
Wait, here's Bobby.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Bobby.
I just arrived.
Hi,
Hi, everyone good?
Zala's on it too.
Zala's on it also. Wow. Okay, I love you all, guys. Take care. Oh, and Batya. How are you, Bat?
Good, how are you?
Good. Okay, I'm going to put the most important person on. Hold on. Hi, guys.
Okay, see in England also. And
I
Zala read it.
But Dad,
Yes.
it's a theme in Yechezkel, but it is a Ben Adam Nevuah, which may be part of that whole question of who is the son of Adam, who is.
Yafeh.
Right. It's a theme. That's a repetitive phrase in Yechezkel, right? Ben Adam.
Yafeh Mod. Yeah.
But you wonder what that plays into it. If that's part of the dynamic. Who is the Ben Adam?
Exactly. And ultimately, I'll say one more thing. At the end of Makat B'chorot, watch this, guys. Paro runs out and he says, Uverachtani, I want a bracha. How do you give a bracha to somebody? Mishaberach, right?
Right.
Paro, Ben, whoever. You said, Va'ani asitini.
I see.
Paro has to come and say, no, I need a bracha. And if you need a bracha, you say, Avram Abush, Ben Teitke. So the whole pasuk there is not originally about Bakat Bechorot, the way Rashi says, is Bakat Bechorism, who in all Parag and all Bereshit is called
good one.
Bechorot, and the ultimate one who wants to be the ultimate Bechor is Paro, B'ni Bechori Israel Shalach, V'im Lav Hiyoreg Bechorecha.
Yes, sir.
It's so good, Baruch Hashem. Anybody want to add anything to this?
Thank you, Saba. That was beautiful. Thank you so much.
It's nice. Did everybody understand David's the idea of Ben Adam? Anybody want to say anything about that? David's idea of Ben Adam is interesting because the only one who's called Ben Adam by God is Yechezkel. And the only one is called Ben Adam. And it's very nice to see because that goes along very well with we are the children of another person. Paro thinks of as Ani Asitini. I had made myself.
Oh, it's very nice.
But Saba, except at the end when he's drowning and he finally realizes that it's not, right? That's when he realizes he's not that.
Exactly. He calls himself Echad. Incidentally, just if you want to, what's the last conversation that Paro has with Moshe? Anybody remember? ויגרש אותו, לא תוסיף את פניי לראות, Pen Tamut. I don't want you to see my face anymore, says Pablo, lest you die. Who's talking? There's only one other one. If you see his face, you die. There's only one other thing in the world.
He thinks he's God.
Yes, he thinks he's God, and he says, "Don't you dare look at me, because you will die from it." And ultimately, he has to run out in the middle of the night in the street and say, "Bacheni, I need a bracha."
Very nice, Saba. Thank you.
Very interesting. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
all.
Okay.
Beautiful. Feel good, Saba.